Hi, I'm Fay Toyne. I was one of Australia's leading tennis players in the 1960s.
Hi, David Hodge here again on the Frew Park YouTube channel. What we're looking at the moment, over my left shoulder, is actually one of the entrances to the Milton Tennis Complex at Frew Park. So a lot of the families and players used to park along Hague Street here and actually walk down through what was quite a narrow path through onto the hard courts, and then subsequently the synthetic grass courts on your left going into the main clubhouse.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Racer here. I'm here this afternoon with Fay Toyne, and Fay, you've got in your hands one of the very first trophies that you actually won at Milton. Can you tell us a bit of the story about it, please?
It was the first trophy that I ever won in the age tournament, which was played at Milton, and because I was runner-up, I then got the bug, and it was more or less the start of my tennis career.
Yep. And the trophy that's just to your right, there's also an interesting story in relation to that relatively battered but very dearly loved, I gather, trophy.
Yes, in 1961, Tony Roach, myself, Val Wicks and Will Coughlin, we went as an Australian team to the Asian Games in Jakarta, and I won the ladies singles, and that's the only reason that I've kept it, because it had some significance that I was in the Australian team, and that's why I kept it. I've thrown all the other junior ones away, and probably I would have thrown that one away too, but yeah.
So that's the first international trophy that you won?
Yes, that was my first time out of Australia.
Yeah, but it wasn't a ranked games, was it? It was just a... I gather the Asian Games wasn't in those days part of the official tour.
No, and it wasn't. We didn't have an official tour like they have these days, where performances count. It was more or less just people picking people out, and we had so many good players in Australia that you could have taken any of the top 8 and been number 1 in any other country in Australia, in overseas. Yeah.
It was a particularly magic time for tennis in Australia and therefore in the world, wasn't it?
Well, yes, we had Billie Jean King. I actually played her in the last 16 of the singles at Wimbledon. We had Rosie Casals and numerous very good Americans, and we had Francois Deux, who won the French Championship, Janine Leifrig. It was a very, very strong era of tennis.
Yeah. And with that, we'll just say thank you for this part of the YouTube this afternoon.
Hello, I'm Hugh Lund. Welcome to the Frew Park YouTube channel. And what we're seeing here today is that at every tram stop in Brisbane, every lamppost is painted exactly like this, starting about there, finishing there with 2 red lines, the number of the tram stop, and Hail, Tram,